Okay, let's be honest. Going into the second half of the book, were you nervous?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen. So you end the first book with, or the first part of the book with Tamlin coming in, and he's pissed, right?
Hmm.
He sees Feyre, he sees the ring, the crown, the tattoo, and he loses it. And he comes in with hate in his heart, ready to start a whole bunch of shit among all the courts.
Yes. But Feyre just comes in and flips it on him.
Oh yeah, no, he had the audacity to walk in thinking he had the upper hand.
Hmm.
And Pharaoh rolls real fast to be like, oh, no, no, this is not the truth. And you can't bend it to fit your truth because it's more convenient for you. That's not how this goes. And really just rips him a new one,
Which was needed.
100%. But I mean, I have to say, I was a little scared that he was going to be able to walk in and convince the other courts that it was Feyre and Rhys in the Night Court who were working with Hybern. And he kind of does because he accuses them of, like, why are you the ones that showed up to the Summer Court? Why didn't any of us know about it? I'm closer. How did I not know about it?
Right.
And that's when Varian's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They knew because I told Amren. And then that helped shut everything down too.
Exactly. But then she dives into how she's been planning and plotting, basically, that she was a spy. She gathered everything she needed and then
Yeah.
dipped.
And she says, did I fuck you? Yeah, like I fucked your court, no doubt. But let's talk about the deal you made with Hybern. And it totally backfires on him. Instead of all the courts side eyeing the night court, they turn around and start side eyeing the spring court instead. And they're like, yeah, you know what? You're the one who's working with Hybern, bitch.
You started this.
They're the ones who came to our aid. You're the one who let him in.
Nice try, though. Nice gaslighting.
Yeah. Yeah, nice gaslighting asshole. He really didn't do himself a favor because he just gaslit her in front of everybody else, right?
Right.
If you guys haven't figured out, we have a lot to cover today. We're excited about it. I don't even know how we're going to be able to fit it all into one episode, but we're going to try.
Let's do it. Let's jump in. We're breaking
Let's
down
do it.
chapters 44 through 82, Court of Wings and Ruin. Let's do it.
Welcome to Pickle Party, where a menace gets a little naughty. Join the bride, it's book club time. Tropes and memes and feeling oh my.
Hey guys, welcome back to Pickle Party. Today's topic is going to be chapters 44 through chapter 82 of ACOWAR, A Court of Wings and Ruin. We're going to cover tensions at the High Lord meeting, the wall falling down, or as I like to say, even walls fall down. It's my Tom Petty tribute for the day.
I love your Tom
And
Petty.
thank you. And going to war. So last time we got chaos, guys. We had chaos. There was so much going on. There was a lot to try to cover and a lot to keep up with. Bless my sister's heart. I asked her if she can keep up with us when we talk about these books, and she said not always, but it's not because of us. It's because of the weird names. Sarah has a problem with the weird names.
There's so many characters, though. There are.
Yeah. Yeah, I told her that's fair. I couldn't hate on that. It's a lot.
Wait till we get to Crescent City, and it's like 3 pages of fucking characters.
I know. I haven't even said that to her. So last time it was chaos. This time it's more chaos, but organized. So we've always said that, these High Lords, they make these judgments. They don't have meetings. There's no yay, nay action items. Well, now there is. Now they're needing to organize. They need to get their shit together. They need to know what everybody's packing in their court so they can plan accordingly.
So they're at this meeting. Tamlin finally arrives. Thanks for showing up, asshole. And he walks in like, debonair. He's got Barry White playing in the background as he walks in, like, Tamlin. And
Yeah.
everybody's over it already.
He's just so completely oblivious that it just goes to show you how little he thought of Feyre and her abilities, and just like how little he actually understands her and what her true motives are. Because he sees her and he's like, oh, you just wanted to be a high lady. That's why you asked. And it's like, no, I didn't ask for this. He comes in just ready to gaslight her, and she shoots him down almost immediately.
And then he tries to do shitty comments, and that only pisses Rhys off.
Right. Like he makes a comment about the moan she makes right before she comes or something. And Rhys is like, okay, so what you're not going to do is talk about my mate like that.
Right. Which they
Like
got.
you could talk about your ex like that, but you're not going to talk about my mate like that.
And then Feyre reveals that she has powers from all the High Lords. And as Jules has said in previous episodes, there's ones that get pissy about it. Like they took
Yeah.
something from her, but she didn't take a damn thing. She died.
No, she died. She didn't do anything. She was dead. They willingly gave her a piece of their soul. And honestly, at first, some of them are kind of bothered by it. I think they're kind of reminded, like, this has not diminished your power at all. Just because she has a little piece of your power, you gave that to her. It really hasn't affected you. You didn't even know till now.
Right.
And they're kind of like, yeah, I guess you're right. Helion, of course, is like, huh, I wondered where it went. Like, he is so funny about it to me.
I
Like,
love him though. Sarah
it
J.
was
Massimos, give us the Helion book.
I feel like he kind of maybe suspected because he realized a little piece was gone.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem that mad about it. He thought it was more funny than anything. Like, oh, hey, look at that. Huh.
He's
And
just that type of personality though. Like
yeah.
he does not let anything just bear down on him. It's like
Yeah.
water off a duck's back. He's fine.
Yeah. Ooh, water off a duck's back. I like that. We don't say that enough.
That's a southern thing.
I know, and I don't say it enough. So Baron, of course, is pissed. Baron acts so like the reason everybody finds out that Feyre has gifts is because Baron starts running off at the mouth. And he
Yes.
says enough that pisses off Feyre. And he says it to Rhys, not even Feyre. And it pisses her off enough that she basically throws everything she's got at him, revealing that she has a little bit of everybody's power.
Yeah.
And of course, Baron is pissed because not only does she have his power, she just used it against him. And it kind of not only gets that awkward part, because they have been dreading the Lords finding out about her powers.
Right.
But it gets that out of the way in order to help build this trust. But it also solidifies Feyre in her place as not just Rhys's mate, but his equal.
Well, it also shows that she has vulnerability, in my opinion, too. Like for her to be honest and say, I have all these powers from you, she didn't have to say that. She could have held that in and nobody would have ever known. I mean, she might have used it at some point, but I mean, her stepping out and being like, look, I got a piece of each of you guys, and I can do all of the things that you can do. And I'm still standing here. I still want to work like as a team together, and we need to figure this out. She's vulnerable. They could have all walked out, said, fuck you, I'm done.
Right. And they didn't. I guess they respected her honesty. And Nesta has come in and spoke at this point. They know what they're up against. They know what's at stake. And they're scared. They're scared. And they know that in order, their only option for being able to save as many as they can is to unite. They're not going to be able to beat Hybern individually, not with the forces they have facing them. And Hybern's forces are numerous.
And spells. So, you don't know what he's going to throw at you.
On top of the cauldron. So you've got the cauldron, spells, and huge forces. There's just so much Hybern's got in his corner that it leaves the other courts and the Night Court feeling very, very vulnerable and very worried for the fate of Prythian.
Right.
So you see an alliance begin to take shape because of this. The Autumn Court leaves because but I mean, they just kind of leave. I mean, really though, they leave on a we don't owe you anything note because Baron's all pissed off about Feyre's powers that apparently she took from him from the dead. I don't know what the fuck his problem is. So he leaves without promising them anything. Tamlin is like, yeah, I'm in, let's do this. But he's like that kid brother that your parents made you take to your friend's house that you didn't really want to play with you. So you kept kicking him out of the clubhouse or whatever. Like, nobody is wanting to show their cards when Tamlin's in the room because nobody fucking trusts him. So all the courts are saying, hey, we've got this, we've got this. The day court is saying, Thesian's court is saying, hey, we know how to counteract the Feybane.
Right.
And they are all coming together to bring their resources together so that they can beat Hybern. Every time Tamlin speaks, they're like, okay, we'll pipe down. Because like they don't even know what forces Tamlin even has now. And even Tamlin's like, I honestly don't know how many I can guarantee to you.
Well, that was
So
partly Feyre's mistake. Like, I don't think she thought ahead of time of like, oh fuck,
she
we're
did
gonna
not.
need
And
them.
Feyre even she acknowledges, like, yeah, I may have fucked us in that aspect. I did not think that through. I did not think that losing Tamlin's forces could lose us forces. Like, my bad. But I don't think she was that sorry still.
She was a sorry, not sorry.
She was Demi.
Yeah, so nobody trusts Baron, nobody trusts Tamlin at this point. And Lucian is questionable too. They don't know where he lands because he's trying to find where the fuck he stands. It's not with
Right.
Tamlin, it's not with Baron, it's not with the Night Court, and he's just there.
All they know what to do with Lucian is Lucian. Well, and Lucian's not there right now. Lucian's out looking for the lost queen.
Right.
So Lucian's not even there for them to be worried about. I mean, Feyre's worried about him and hoping that he's making leeway on finding the queen and getting them some alliances because at this point it's their only hope.
Well, they're trying to get any intel that they possibly can. I mean,
And any intel.
each little aspect of the courts and Nesta and Elain and Feyre and Lucian and all of that, they're all trying to gain intel at this point. Anything that they can pull together and take on Hybern.
Basically. At this point, trying to gather information for them is like herding a bunch of petty cats in terms of dealing with these high lords. That's really all they've got. They're dealing with these asshole cats, each into their own corner.
You know how the dog's playing pool portrait?
Yes.
Or poker? Is it poker or pool? It's poker.
Poker.
They need one of those with cats for the High Lords meeting. Someone
Yes.
draw that, please.
Oh, I would love
I would hang that in my house.
all the high lord kitty cats.
So any artist out there that would like to put that together and put that out, please let us know.
While attending the most passive-aggressive peace summit in history, they realize that they're not going to be able to get all of these things that they need to get done in one day, and they're going to have to stay for a few days.
Right.
Well, during this and all these massive debates, and some leeway is met, some is not. It's back and forth a lot. Sometimes it feels like they gain a couple inches and then they lose like 10 steps. It's just back and forth and back and forth. But then Nesta comes in and she is very bothered by something. She said this is bothering her since she got there. Something's not right. Something's happening. Something is happening. And she can't put her finger on it. Well, immediately, Feyre and Rhys, Cassian, as they take this seriously, they know that Nesta is onto something and this is not something to be ignored. So they take off. They're looking at the grounds. They're making sure everything's okay. They come back. Everything's fine. They don't quite know what Nesta is sensing, but they do trust that she's sensing something.
Right.
And before they know it, they feel what feels like the world's biggest earthquake.
So hold on to your butts, guys.
Hold on to them butts. The wall has come down. The wall has come down. Hybern has jumped the gun. He has somehow used that cauldron to bring down the wall. And now all of the human world is at his mercy.
Yes.
So the initial goal of just trying to keep the wall up, that's a null and void goal at this point. There's no going back on that.
No. We're basically in war at this point. That was the first attack.
Out war. We are in full out war at this point. So a fragile coalition is formed of the High Lords, and they each have to take off. They've each got to get to their own courts. They've got to start planning. They've got to rally their troops. They have to get their resources together, and they got to figure out where they're going to meet Hybern.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is to keep Hybern from getting too far into the inland, into getting into the human world. So the first thing they've got to do is get into Feyre's village, because keep in mind, Feyre's village is the closest to the wall.
Exactly.
So getting into Feyre's village and winnowing out the people is first and foremost. So a refugee camp is formed, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And the Winter Court kind of takes that over. Vivian of the Winter Court takes that over.
Which should be High Lady, just saying.
Absolutely. Vivian for High Lady of the Winter Court, just saying.
I'd vote for her.
I would too. So she starts running the refugee effort, if you will, and helping these terrified humans that are, they have these Fae coming in, winnowing into their house and being like, hey, you're about to die if you don't let us take you somewhere right now. These humans are terrified of Fae. Some are easy to convince, others not so much. Some they just have to take by force.
Which probably doesn't help any of that situation of like
not
the fear of Fae.
Not at all. But they're able to clean out the village. And
Yes.
because they're able to do that, Hybern gets pissed and he desecrates what's left.
Exactly.
But they're able to save most of the people. This right here, I feel like, is very significant in terms of bringing together some of the courts
Mhm.
to show them. Because all the High Lords help winnow these people out. It's not just Night Court and
Right.
Winter Court. All the High Lords come together, and anybody who has the power to winnow is winnowing.
Yeah.
They're exhausted on top of that.
Yeah, because that's not like an easy feat to jump back and forth. It's not like
No,
you just
it's not. And they're doing it carrying people.
yeah,
Basically.
multiple times in a day.
Multiple times. So they're able to do it within the course of a few hours in the middle of the night. But they rescue the people of Feyre's village and start making their plans for how they're going to, because they know they can't winnow out every village, every
No.
human village. Like they know they can't do that. So they've got to start making plans on how to stop Hybern.
It's
'Cause
kind of
there's no
like
way
they
they're gonna
make
be
a
able to do that.
barrier. Like you, at least they
Yes,
have a
they
buffer
find a way to
until he
make-
can go to further
Yes,
lands.
basically. And that's all they can do at that point. But they know that this coalition that they built is fragile at best. It sounds heroic in theory, but the chapters during the section show just how exhausting and messy it is. And
Mhm.
the level of distrust among the courts is just rampant.
There's so much like I don't know, whisper gossip theories, and I
Yeah.
think all of them are kind of just questioning everything, kind of like how we question, what the hell's happening in ACOWAR and what Sarah J. Massey Moss is going to do to us in the next 3 books.
Right, exactly. And Feyre at this point is starting to really step into her full position as High Lady of the Night Court. She understands that she is going to have to rule. She's going to have to rule by example. She is starting to make decisions. She's reading people. She's holding her own in rooms full of super high level fae. And she is really coming into her own in terms of where she fits into the Night Court.
Which I don't think they would have had as good of reaction if it was Rhys. This is where I think she can see how her kindness, how her vulnerability, how her high lady status can gain the trust back to the Night Court. Because Rhys has kind of pissed everybody off for the past 500 years.
500 years is a lot of damage. And Feyre is absolutely that softening blow. Like I mentioned several episodes ago how when watching The Real Housewives, sometimes the only humanizing factor of one of these people is their partner.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like that's Feyre for Rhys right now. Like everybody's like, well, she likes him. He may not be that bad. If she's saying this is the truth, maybe it is the truth.
Elain's starting to get more visions. And it is more detailed. It is making more sense. People are going, oh no, she's not just fucking crazy like this.
No. She's not. She's becoming more detailed in these visions, and they understand now that she's seeing things, but even then sometimes they can be hard to understand in terms of what exactly she's trying to see and portray. And on top of that, she's dealing with a massive rejection from Grayson, her ex-fiance, and she's heartbroken. She's devastated. He even asked for her ugly ass ring back, and she said no.
And then he said, no, you're giving it to me. And who steps in?
Rhys.
Yep.
Rhys says, oh, no. My sister-in-law will not be giving you the ring back. You ended the engagement, so we're going to be keeping the ring. Thank you. And then Grayson took a look at Rhys and took a look at Cassian, took a look at Az and was like, yeah, whatever. I didn't want the stupid ring anyway.
And that's when Feyre's like, see, you didn't want to marry him anyway.
Yeah, Feyre and Nesta are like, aren't you glad now? Yeah, see? May have been good and bad, but that's all he was good at. Nesta knows that something is different about her too.
Yes.
She knows that she's got something from the cauldron. She doesn't quite understand it though.
No.
She has been so heavily focused on Elain that she didn't really take time to learn more about what was going on with herself. And this is kind of when she starts to explore that a little bit more. And she does it with the help of Amren.
Which I love their relationship that they have. I really do. And I feel like this book really shows you how, okay, because we've talked about Amren being a girl's girl, but she's more of one, like she wants the gossip and the scoop and then she's out. I think Amren has more of a caring side in this book, and you really see how she wants to help. And she's not just looking for the gossip, and how much of a girl's girl she can be at times. I really think this book kind of dives into it.
The only times you really actually, which is funny because she's not even one that becomes she's more in Feyre's. I guess you see that in Silver Flame, but in this book, you get a glimpse into what kind of a girl's girl Amren could be. And you see that more, actually. I feel like it's in is it the novella, the Christmas novella?
Yeah.
She really gets Nesta's back a lot in that one, in terms of like, leave her alone. She's dealing with a lot.
But it's a start. And then by the time
it does, it starts, her bond with Nesta starts here. And it becomes more evident in the novella, but then in the 5th book, they have a falling out that I don't think they ever really recover from. Like, they kind of come to
in book 6.
Maybe. I mean, they kind of come to an understanding about it, but Amren's pretty pissed at Nesta for the way she's treating the people she loves. And even Amren has her limits.
Right. Well, she's being a ratchet bitch. And that's just
she is, and like even Amren can't put logic to it. And Amren's like, "No, you're just being an asshole. Like, I was able to justify it, now I can't even do that."
Alana, have you made it to book 5? We're just asking.
Alana, no pressure. That's a good question, actually. I'm glad she said that. I'm gonna have to text her and ask.
We know she's a ratchet bitch, but it's worth it.
It is. It's worth it. And listen, there's a tension with her rage and her fear, and it seems to be sharpening with her adjustment instead of softening her.
Right.
And that is pivotal and important for her storyline. And now, so they're preparing for this battle, and you've got the cauldron just looming over their heads. He's already used it and done what he could with it. What else could possibly happen with it? They don't want to know.
Right.
And so now is the time to start making plans, and now is the time to start really preparing. But in the meantime, there is going to be a battle. And this first battle, they go into it with some hopes, and they're quickly dashed. They see just exactly what Hybern is working with, and their losses feel very great for the size of the battle. And they know that there's no way they will win this war if these battles keep happening like this, and they need to make moves.
Well, so he has Feyre, so many people behind him. Like,
he has so many people behind him. He is being backed by so many different creatures.
He's the Bowser of this world.
He is. He's got his Goombas. He's got his Koopas. He's got whatever those things are. He's got all the little Bowser minions.
The little skeletons that break apart and then come back together.
Koopa Troopas. Oh, God, those are so obnoxious. So
aren't those the worst? Okay, let's take a moment to just hate on that. If for all you that are our age that dealt with Mario and played it nonstop, and those fuckers came back and killed you.
The skeletons, you're like, I've already jumped on you 8 times. Why won't you fucking die? Yeah.
You just want Yoshi or a turtle shell to knock their ass out.
Yes. So
thanks for scrolling.
So he's got a whole troop of different types of Nagai and bad fae and werewolves and just all kind of what Sarah J. Maas refers to in Crescent City as veneer. He has all type of veneer on his side fighting for him. Basically anything that's not human.
And spoiler, question of theories, are the hellhounds that Hybern has the same hellhounds that are in Crescent City? Think about that, guys.
Yeah, that's a big question that we are definitely going to talk about more when we get to the Crescent City series. And believe me, guys, we're going to get there because I'm almost done with the second book.
I love your text today. That just made me happy.
So Feyre has realized that they are fighting a losing battle. They're never going to win this war if they don't get help. So Feyre knows she needs answers, and she knows that one of the answers is going to get the mirror that the bone carver has requested. But she also does not want to take the risk of looking at it because it will apparently make you go crazy. So she goes to see the bone carver and is like, look, anything else you want, name it. I need you to fight for me.
Right.
He says, listen, my sister and brother, my twin sister, the Weaver, and my brother, the other death god, because that is what we are, death gods, and my brother, the crazy sorcerer who has the missing queen imprisoned, they terrify me. I walked into this prison willingly when it was
Right.
being built. I'm hiding from them. I don't want to leave. This is safe. If you want me to leave, you need to bring me the mirror. That's the only thing. That's the only way I will leave is if you bring me this mirror. And so Feyre's like, screw you, I didn't want you anyway, and left. She's pissed and she needs answers. She doesn't know what to do. And she needs to know if there's another way to get the bone carver to help her. So she goes to seek the cereal so she can get answers as to what she can do to get the bone carver on her side to help them fight this battle. And she finds the fanciest cloak she's got. She heads out to the woods and sets up her little trap. She brews her tea and she waits. Sure enough, within a couple hours, the cereal pops right up. Hey, Feyre, look at my new cloak. And she realizes that he has been caught by somebody else at some point because he is not wearing the last cloak she gave him.
Right.
And it's a nice cloak. And within an hour, or not an hour, a minute or two of talking, the cereal is stabbed or shot with an arrow.
Yes. And he tells her basically, save yourself, kind of. Get out of here.
Yeah, he tells Feyre, save yourself. And Ianthe comes out of the woods. And she finds out that Ianthe was the last person to meet with the cereal because she has figured out Feyre's little trick. And she gave the cereal a cloak that was bewitched to let her know when he met with Feyre again. Ianthe has fully on Hybern's side now. She's escorted with 2 Hybern guards. She has gone to see Hybern, and he has taken the enchantments off her. So now she remembers everything Feyre did to her right before she left the spring court.
Not that she didn't deserve it.
Not that she didn't deserve it, but Ianthe's not going to say that she deserved it.
Right. And I will have to say, I ugly cried when the cereal died. That one fucking hurt.
Right. Well, that was another moment that just goes to show who Feyre is. So she leads Ianthe and the guards away. She realizes where she is in the woods, and she leads them on a wild goose chase through the woods all the way to the weaver's cottage. Ianthe has no clue what this house is, but she sees Feyre slip into it and follows Feyre right behind. And the minute that last guard comes in through the door, Feyre slips out from behind it and slams the door with no doorknob on it, reminds you, from the inside, and sits outside and listens to Ianthe get slaughtered.
Oh no, not our favorite character, which, you know,
Ianthe's
no one
dead.
cared. Nobody cared.
I'm so sad.
I mean, Tamlin probably asked, a few months later, like,
smiling
whatever happened
so
to her?
hard. Yeah, nobody cares.
He's
Nobody
like,
cares.
Lucian, have you gotten a text from her?
She's been texting Lucian, DTF, question mark. You know you want to.
He's like, that was one time. We had it one time.
And I was so drunk. With that, she goes back to the cereal, and he tells her the only way you're going to get the bone carver as he's dying is to get the mirror.
Right.
And then he dies. He wishes her well, and he's very shocked she came back for him, knowing he was dying. But he dies in her arms, and she is very, very sad by it.
Yeah.
She realizes she developed a friendship with this creature.
Well, she does with so many of the creepy ones.
She has a thing for just the abnormal.
Right.
She has a thing for the not neurotypical. She likes to color outside the lines. And she developed a love for this little cereal. And he dies in her arms, and it really breaks her heart. And she goes back to the battle camp. I mean, even more upset with Hybern than she already was.
Right.
But also knowing that if she wants the bone carver's help, she's got no choice. She's going to have to suck it up, and she's going to have to go take a look in the mirror. Which,
at this time, though, Elain was called by the cauldron, and she has slipped off. And so she's gone to Hybern's camp. Hybern's like, why the fuck are you here? Okay.
So all of a sudden, this music pops up at the camp, and everybody can hear it. They're kind of looking around. It reminds me a little bit of the scene in the second Deathly Hallows when Voldemort breaks into everybody's mind and is talking to them. I feel like it's kind of like that. Like everybody can hear this music and they're like, where the hell is this coming from? Feyre and Nesta know it's the cauldron, but they don't quite know what it's trying to do. But at the same time, they realize like they need to get back to Elain.
Yeah.
And they get to Elaine's tent only to find it empty and realize that she's gone. And the cauldron basically, apparently, the cauldron has a thing for Elain. It likes Elain. Nesta, of course, it found wanting. But Elain, it liked. It found Elain pleasant. And it called to Elain, knowing that it could get to her as Grayson. So it like came to her as Grayson and was like begging her to follow him to the Hybern camp. So all of a sudden, Hybern's like sitting down to eat dinner, and before he knows it, Elain just like walks into his tent, like, "Sup, homie."
He's like, "Ooh, piece of candy. That was easy."
Yeah. He was like, "I wasn't even looking for you. What the fuck are you doing here?" Like, he had no clue what to do with her. He was caught completely off guard, which is not something Hybern is used to. He doesn't have a plan, and that's not something he's used to. He basically ushers her to like a side tent and like puts her in. He's like, "Just keep an eye on that. I don't know what to do with it. And I'm going to go figure this out." Well, once they realize what's happened and that Elain is missing, Feyre and Az know they have to go in and get her.
Right.
Feyre, obviously, as the sister. Az is so mad that she slipped out from under his fingers. And I don't think it's necessarily like he has a feelings for her, he's in love with her or anything. I think he's just mad that the cauldron was able to go in from under him, very much like how Rhys felt when Hybern was able to get into the library.
Yes.
And attack the priestesses. That was very much how Az felt, like, whoa, 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 this was my watch. How did she get taken? And I think that's why a lot of people also think that they could be together, is because he takes it so hard when she's taken. I think it has more to do with his pride than it does to do with his feelings for Elain.
Well, and just being a warrior, being a guard himself.
Yeah.
And being able to see beyond the shadows and what slips through, and that got past him. He felt like he was losing. I feel like he felt like he was losing his ability, not that he was in love with her.
Yeah, exactly. Like he felt like he lost control. And that's, I get it. I don't like losing control either. That can be a uncomfortable feeling for me. Feyre and Az decide to go in to get her. As they're fleeing, though, like, okay, so first they get into camp. And they get into camp because Feyre is like, "Oh, I know exactly how to get into camp. P.S. I killed Dianthe." Did I forget to mention that? I killed Dianthe. I can glamour and look like her.
That bitch had it
and
coming.
kind of shift to look like her. She borrows one of Azriel's blue siphons and has it put into jewelry to look like the one that Ianthe wears on her head.
Right.
And she swaggers her way with Az hiding in the shadows, slithers right into the Hybern camp, and walks right past a lot of people. But shortly after she gets into camp, she sees a woman, a human woman, a child of the blessed, strung up, naked, being tortured. And she's like, "Oh, okay, so I'm rescuing 2 today.
I'm going to write that one down, and we're going to come back
2
for
for
you.
the price of 1, coming back for you later." So she makes note of that and then immediately runs into Jurian. Jurian almost immediately calls her on her shit. He's like, "What are you doing here?"
He's like, "Your drag is terrible, and we need to work on that, but that's okay."
Yeah. He was like, "You are not Ianthe. You are not acting like her. You are being way too nice. You need to be a bitch. And you need to hit on anything that walks." Yes, you need to hit on anything that moves. And so he starts walking with her. And this is also when she starts realizing, oh my God, Jurian really is on our side.
Right.
Jurian is actually working with us. And she starts to actually develop a little bit of a faith in Jurian, a trust in Jurian that was never there before.
Well, Jurian's kind of like the mean girls for Hybern. Like, he's coming in and
she realizes Jurian's been doing to Hybern what the fuck she was doing to Tamlin.
Yeah.
So I think there's a little bit of a respect there more than anything. Because Jurian is fully aware of what Hybern's plans are. And Jurian thinks it's funny that Hybern would think for 1 minute that he would work with him.
Yeah.
They eventually get caught. And Jurian knows by helping her now find Elain, he's basically letting, the jig is up. He's giving away the secret, right? Like,
Right.
I'm not working with you. I'm actually on the other side.
Hmm.
So he helps her get in. They flirt. They act like they're going to go bump uglies in a tent somewhere. And he takes her to Elaine. And so she gets to Elaine. She and Az go to take Elaine out and rescue her. And she looks at Jury and is like, okay, hey, go get that girl who's being tortured and meet us here.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay. So he goes to rescue the girl that's being tortured and have her at a meeting site. As Feyre, Az, and Elaine are making their way out of camp, they are caught by Hybern, and he starts chasing them. And he is shooting some nasty weapons at them, all covered in Febane.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, one of those arrows hits Az's wings. And while his wings will still work, his power is fading, and it's fading fast. And there's not a whole lot he can do about it. He knows that he will not be able to carry Feyre, Elaine, and this child of the blessed.
Yeah.
So they realize then he can't carry both. He's only going to be able to carry Elaine.
Right.
And so he tells Feyre, you're going to have to carry her, and you're going to have to fly. Like, you don't have a choice. Well, Feyre sprouts those wings, and she takes off. And don't you know it, under true pressure, Feyre starts to fly. But as she's taking off, she feels a hellhound nip at her ankles. And right as it's about to take her out, like, Az has a look on his face. He knows she's about to be taken down, and there's nothing he can do about it. His siphons are working their hardest to keep what they can away, but like, he's losing power fast.
Right.
And right before this hellhound takes her down out of nowhere. Hold on to your butts. I don't know how he keeps doing it, y'all. Out of nowhere, Tampon comes in his beast form and starts tearing these hellhounds apart. He starts ripping them to shreds. Apparently, he had been at the Hybern battlegrounds, which all the High Lords knew about and assumed he was still working with Hybern. And turns out he was actually trying to do what Jurian did and what Feyre did to him. He was also there trying to get intel, trying to find out what he could. And he actually saves Feyre's life in this moment by protecting her from all these hellhounds. And she's able to take off with this human. And she forgives him a little bit in that moment. She's
exactly.
like, and she forgives him a little bit in that moment. And she's still questioning things, though. She forgives him, but she's also still so sus of him. Like, she's never going to fully trust him.
This is where, though, you start to see Tamlin, not that he gets a redemption story, but he did love her, even though he was selfish, even though he made terrible decisions, even though he was all about himself and never thought of her once, had zero empathy for her. He finally, it's like he can see the error in his ways, and he's like, I can't let her stand there and get hurt.
Yes.
So
yes.
We'll give a point to Tamlin. Look at that.
Yeah, we'll give him a point, because you know what? There are people that used to be in my life that aren't in my life anymore. One in particular, and I have absolutely no ill will, no hate in my heart for her. I really don't. I'm more sad about everything that happened. And I have seen things that have happened for her lately that are good, and I'm genuinely happy for her.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy for her from here. Like, I'm good being happy for her from here.
Right.
And I think maybe Tamlin is coming to that point too. Like,
yeah,
he truly can be happy for Feyre. He still has enough love for her that he doesn't want to see ill will come to her. And that's where I'm at. I have enough love for her that I do not ever want to see ill will come towards her. I hope everything for her goes well in life. And I truly do have a love for her. But I also recognize where my boundaries are and where I need to be. And for me, where I'm at now, I'm thriving so well that I am good.
Yeah. Life happens like that sometimes. You have these people that come and go in your life, and they have their purpose while they're there.
Yep.
And they do a lot of good when they're there, until they're not. Right. Sometimes it goes really bad at the end. Yeah.
And it's harder to let go of when it's a 20+ year friendship,
right,
than as opposed to, like, I met you a couple years ago through work and I don't work there anymore. Right. Like, when it's a friend you thought would be there for life and it turned out they were just there for a reason or a season, it's hard.
It is.
So, but then in a happy change of phase, you find the friends that you thought would just be there for a reason or a season, and turns out they're the lifers.
Yeah.
So how about that? So the big battle's beginning, guys. The battle's beginning, and the immediate results are just completely overwhelming. They are able to use the cauldron to take out very large portions of the High Lord's forces. Going into the battle, Feyre was really positive at first because she surprises everybody with the bone carver. She does it, guys. She goes and she gets that mirror. She realizes right before this big battle begins, there is no way we're going to be able to win this without the bone carver.
Right.
So she goes, she winnows right into the night court, the court of nightmares, excuse me. She winnows right into the court of nightmares, walks right into the room where that mirror is held, and she takes a look. And it's hard. She sees the good. She sees the bad. She sees the ugly. She cries. She screams. She scratches at herself. She hates herself. She promises herself she'll never let Rhys see what she saw. But the thing about Feyre and anybody else who's been able to obtain the mirror, she's got a stronger will to understand that those horrible things don't make up who she is. Any horrible thing she's done in the past does not define who she is. She can define who she is, and she's got a strong enough will to know what's in that mirror isn't necessarily who she is or could be.
Well, it's intense therapy of like that you can make it out on the other end of like there's your
it doesn't have to
faults.
define you.
And even
Exactly.
with your okay, so I'm gonna squirrel because we are Disney moms. It's like
Yes, we are.
Cars 2 when they talk about Mater's dents. And he didn't want to get them fixed. He likes them being there because
Yeah.
that's what he's been through. That's him. And he accepts it. Why change that? Just be you and accept what could be if you went one way or another, but who you are today.
Right. That's actually good. She saw her dents and she accepted them.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to. And she's a strong enough will to be okay with it. And so she surprises everybody with the bone carver. And then Rhys surprises her with the weaver. So while she was making her deal with the bone carver, Rhys went to the weaver at the cottage and said, hey, listen, my mate just gave you the great gift of a priestess and 2 guards of Hybern.
She's like weaving Ianthe's hair. He's like, oh, damn, I know that person.
Yeah. She's like weaving on her loom of human flesh. Heard about them. And he's like, look, that my mate did this for you. Why don't you do this for us? And you can have as many souls as you like to eat. And she said, deal, 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 deal.
Right.
And so he made his own little deal with her and he unleashes her and the immediate havoc that is wreaked.
Mm-hmm.
Also, she doesn't just bring in the bone carver. She also goes and visits our favorite girly girl at the bottom of the library.
Bryaxis, bend and snap, baby.
She went down. They did a little bend and snap, and she freed the Bryaxis right up out the hole so that the Bryaxis can bend and snap all over Hybern's forces.
She got herself a nice tiara to come out and come to the show that day.
Oh, she slapped that pink bow on. She put on her lips as she went.
And did her nails.
Put on her face. Put on her face and went to battle. Like any good Southern girl would.
Took out her curlers.
I feel like the Bryaxis is from the South. I can't.
She probably is.
Nothing like a good GCB. That's all I'm saying. Good Southern Christian bitch. They're the meanest people you'll ever meet.
With the bless your heart, just waiting on you.
Just, oh, the bless your heart. See, there's a big difference for those of you who aren't from the South between a bless your heart and a oh, bless them. If you say, oh, bless them, that's a genuine, oh, poor thing. But if you say, oh, bless your heart, that's a Southern girl's way of saying, oh, fuck you.
And for the West Coast people, their phrase is, you do you.
You do you. You're just going to yeah, it's okay. You do you. Yeah, and the South will say, oh, you do you, bless your little heart. So at first, everything's looking good. Even with the bone carver, the weaver, and the Bryaxis on their side, the cauldron is still taking out so many of the High Lord's forces, including the bone carver.
Right.
The bone carver officially dies, And he even gives a look over to Feyre as it's about to happen, and he like smiles at her, like, "Hey, we tried."
I think
And
it was almost he like accepted his fate. He died doing something good rather than dying at the hands of his twin sister and brother.
yeah, I think that was a lot of it. He got to kind of go out on his own terms, much in a Lahaba kind of
Right.
way.
Yes.
He got to do it on his own terms. At this point, they're like, we got to do something. We have got to get to that cauldron. If we cannot get to the cauldron, we're not going to win this war. And Nesta says, use me as bait. I'm the one he wants. Use me as bait.
Yep.
And Cassian is absolutely not. Never, never, never. And she's like, come with me.
Yep.
And he's like, you know, you're sentencing us to death. And she's like, we're dead anyway. You know, they go back and forth. But finally, Rhys is like, no, I'm not going to let you sacrifice yourself, Cass. And Cass goes, Rhys, that's so unfair. You are willing to sacrifice yourself all the time. You never give us a choice.
Right.
And he's like, this is this is how I pay you back, for everything you've done. He's like, I don't need you to pay me back. And he's like, all right, this is how I pay your mother back for everything she did. And that got to me. That was, that was, oh my God. When he said, okay, fine, then this is for mom, basically. I was like, oh God. He really did love Rhys's mom.
Yeah.
Finally, Rhys agrees, like, okay, go. And so because Nesta knows she's the only thing that she could draw him away and recognizes that this is a suicide mission, I feel like that's kind of what I kind of think that's what she wanted. I think she was like, I know she was good to die. Part of me thinks she wanted to die.
Oh, at that point, she was so like heavily griefed of all that had happened. And she's only going to get more grief soon. So hold on to your butts, people.
Yeah, it's about to get way worse. If you think Nesta's bad, she's about to take a massive spiral.
But yeah, no, she's ready to die. She was fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think she was. And I think whether she would admit it or not, if it meant not just Elain, but Feyre being safe too, she would do it again and again and again.
Yeah.
She has a very odd way of showing it, but she does love her sisters.
Yes.
It's not odd with Elain, but she has a very odd way of showing it with Feyre. The whole point of using Nesta and Cass as bait is for Amren and Feyre to get to the cauldron, because the only way they're going to be able to deactivate it, do anything about it, is if they can get to it and put their physical hands on it.
Right.
As they are sneaking up, they realize they are met halfway to where they need to be to get to the cauldron. They're met halfway there by the Weaver, who is escorting them. Mm-hmm. She eventually drags the King of Hybern away from where the cauldron is, but she is almost immediately killed in the process and fed to hellhounds. So bye-bye Weaver. So now that's the twin death gods gone. Yes. Their brother was a no-show.
Right.
So one death god left, just if you're keeping a random tally. Death gods, 2 down, 1 left.
Before we continue, I want to tell you about the team behind our logo and all the graphics you see on our social media. Sometimes we get you media. These guys are an AI-powered creative studio, and honestly, they made the entire branding process so easy for us. They do logos, social media graphics, videos, content creation, complete marketing strategies, basically everything you need to make your brand look professional and stand out. And the best part, they're fast, affordable, and they actually get what you're looking for. No endless revisions or confusion. If you're a business owner or creator who needs branding that pops, check them out at sometimeswegetYoumedia.com or shoot them an email at info@sometimeswegetyou.com. Sometimes We Get You Media. They definitely got us.
During all this, Feyre is able to get to the cauldron and lay her hands on it. But the minute she touches the cauldron, it lifts her spirit out and takes her across the way to where Nesta is, waiting with Cassian, distracting Hybern. Hybern meets Cassian and Nesta in the field. He says to Nesta, you need to come with me. And Nesta says, no, thank you. And he says, okay, that's what I thought you would say. And he winnows away and then winnows right back. And he has who in his arms, Les?
Her dad.
Yes. So during the battle,
do they have, is it just Papa Archeron, or does he have an actual name?
I looked it up. It's just Papa Archeron.
Okay, because that's what I was saying. I was like, what is his name actually?
I don't know why I want to call him James so bad. But I feel like James, his name is James Archeron.
Okay, we're gonna just call him James. Okay, but they
My oldest nephew is named James.
they get word that he came in on the ship, and it was kind of unknown, and it was kind of this questionable thing at first too, because when they heard of this, of like these people coming on these ships, it was like,
They
okay,
see Lucian comes back.
yeah,
Lucian makes it back. He comes back. He's been on this hunt looking for this witch. Or I'm sorry, the queen. I always want to call her a witch. He comes and finds this lost queen, and he
Mhm.
finds her. And when he gets there, she's already meeting with Papa Archeron.
Mhm.
And he is telling her everything that's happening. He When he was gone on what was supposed to be a big meeting about the impending war with humans, for the humans, he is able to recruit these people to come back and fight with him. And he comes back on 3 boats: the Feyre, the Elain, and the one he is captaining, the Nesta, which is really sweetly significant.
It is.
And it is a heart-wrenching moment for Nesta when she sees him on that ship with her name on it. It's a massive moment of guilt, of I underestimated him, but I'm still so angry with him, and so many mixed emotions that we have even posed in other episodes. Is it too little too late for her to forgive him? And does him showing up at this gesture make up for what she feels was years of letting them down?
I don't know if it makes up for it. It does help a little bit. It
Hmm.
makes her see how much he did care about her, because he
Hmm.
was terrible at communicating that in the first place.
Yeah,
But
it wasn't a great communicator.
I don't think it heals it. I think it makes it slightly
No.
better. It's kind
No,
of
there's a
like
lot of trauma there. I don't know if it'll be
Tamlin helping Feyre in the scene
mhm,
prior. It helped it. It doesn't make us like him.
right. Hybern just knows he immediately is able to winnow in, and he comes back into the field, and he's got Nesta's father in his arms. And he says, "Join me." And Nesta doesn't know what to do. She's shocked. And the King of Hybern threatens her. He
Yeah.
threatens her somehow. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt everybody you love. And Feyre's dad says, "Don't touch my daughter." And with basically like the snap of some fingers, he breaks Papa Archeron's neck, and he's dead.
Which that sound resonates with her so
That
much through
is
the rest of
important.
the book.
It's that the sound of bone cracking never leaves Nesta's ears. And it's much like the color red is a trigger for Feyre. The
Mhm.
sound of wood cracking or anything cracking is a massive trigger for Nesta from this point on. And you'll understand why Nesta prefers to be cold instead of sit by a fire.
Right. So Papa Archeron's dead.
Papa Archeron is
He's
killed by Hybern.
Hybern's coming in to take Nesta. He's
He's
he's fine with killing Cassian. He's fine with
he
dragging her back.
he goes in for Nesta. Cassian fights. It's a big fight. He holds his own for a minute. Hybern is too fast between the spells. And I mean, he's not bad on combat either.
No.
He is able to almost completely gut Cassian.
Yeah, he's bleeding out at this point. Like it's just
Cassian's not far from being literally like gutted
like
by this
Nesta's
man. And
pretty
he's
much pretty
he's
sure
laying
he's
on the
gone.
ground. He's dying. And Nesta crawls into his lap, basically. Cassian tells her, he says, "The only regret I have, and I have not none. I have one, though, and that's that I did not have enough time with you." And he kisses her. And it's a very wonderful moment, right? Everybody's like, "Oh, yay, they're going to be together." Don't, don't hold your breath.
Don't hold your butts on this one yet.
Don't hold your butts on this
And
one.
definitely don't
Don't.
hold your tits. It's not.
It's not happening anytime soon, guys. We all know they're mated. We do. It ain't happening soon, though. Nesta is not going to make it easy. We know this. Hybern is going in for the kill. He's ready to kill Nesta. He wants that piece of the cauldron back. He's going to get it back, whether she's alive or not. And as he goes to kill her, Truth Teller, which is what Az calls his sword,
Yep.
gets rammed into the back of Hybern's neck.
With Elain yelling out, "Don't you
Don't you touch
my
my
sister."
sister. Don't you fucking touch my sister. And with that, we said before that it was Elain who killed him. It was really both of them because
Yeah.
Elain stabs him, which would have done the job.
Yeah.
But Nesta takes it and finishes turning it all the way around so that his head hits the ground.
Yes.
So Hybern is dead and it feels fucking fantastic.
Yes.
But just because Hybern is dead doesn't mean all those evil people with the same intentions of him are going to stop either.
And it doesn't mean the cauldron's done yet.
And it doesn't mean shit. Just because the leader is dead, that hasn't gotten out. Hitler died long before the war ended, guys. Hitler died a couple weeks before that bitch ended.
Yeah.
You got lots of troops out there still fighting. Word doesn't go that fast. So they're looking and they're still getting decimated. Hybern's dead up here. His troops don't know, and they're still wiping the floor with Illyrians dropping like crazy, night court, summer court, day court, dawn court. They're all dropping like crazy. These members are starting to really fall. Tamlin showed up. Autumn court showed up to fight, only because Tamlin made them, turns out. So that's shocking. Two for Tamlin. Like Baron apparently refused to fight, and Tamlin went in and kicked the shit out of him and dragged him out by his hair, basically.
Which it should have happened a long time ago. He should have done it for some
So
other
we're going to go
reasons.
ahead and give Tamlin another point.
Ooh, that's 2.
Bing! 2 for Tam. Look at him. He got out of the negatives and into the 2s. Compared to Rhys's 800. Am I wrong?
So much made me spit my coffee out.
Sorry. With that happening and Hybern being dead, Nesta gets called back to her body. Amren is shaking her and is like, oh my God, where did you go, girl? Where were you? Feyre's like, I can't let this cauldron go. Like, what spell did you give me? Because I cannot take my hand off this cauldron.
Yeah.
And Amren explains to her, we're never going to be able to deactivate this cauldron, but I do know how to take it out. You have to unleash me from my human form.
Mm-hmm.
And Feyre is devastated, says, if I unleash you from your human form, you're done. Like, you said you won't recognize us, you won't remember anything, and we would all be your enemy. Like, this is bad. And she says, no, I think this is what I was meant to do, and I would know you. I would know you guys. And Varian comes out of the woods. He had followed them to keep an eye on them, and he starts begging her, I figured out what you were going to do. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. He's devastated. Please don't leave me. And she
loves
tells him,
her
she says,
so much.
He loves her so much. And she tells him, I have spent years watching humans. And at first I thought I was sent here as a punishment. But I think it's because my father wanted me to be happy. And he knew that coming here and being with humans would actually make me happy. And the one thing I saw humans do the most that I didn't understand was love, but I think I felt that with you.
Right.
And it's a really sweet moment between them. With that, after telling Feyre, like, you have to do this, Feyre agrees, and Feyre frees her from her body using the cauldron, and she ends the war, killing all of Hybern's armies. But she also breaks the cauldron in the process.
True.
And if you'll remember, the cauldron cannot be broken.
Holds all life. Fey life.
I think the most important thing to take from this section is that you do not sleep on the quiet one. Never sleep on the quiet one. You saw what Elain did with Truth Teller. I'm just saying.
It's the same thing with Amren, though. I mean, Amren really kind of was one of the more silent, quiet characters. She didn't really always tell you her plans, and then she jumps to break the cauldron, basically, and end this fucking thing.
Nothing like a fucking dumpster fire for people to show their true colors, right?
Yeah.
And hers just happened to be good. The cauldron is broken. And with the cauldron being broken, everything around it starts to die and fade away. And Feyre knows, like, we are all going to die if we don't fix this. We have to fix this now. Right. The cauldron is the basis of all life. We cannot let it lie like this. So she goes to put it back together, and Rhys, who has been fighting and has used almost all of his power, says he'll help her.
He's exhausted. Absolutely exhausted.
So together they start putting, with their powers together, they start putting this cauldron back together. And the whole time they're doing it, Rhys keeps saying into Feyre's ear, I love you, I love you, I love you. Before she knows it, the cauldron's back together. Everything's great. And she turns around and Rhys is dead on the ground behind her. He did not tell her that he was so exhausted and so tired that if he helped her, he would die. In true Rhys fashion, he decided that he could sacrifice himself and everybody would be fine with that. Well,
Everybody was not
Feyre's
fine with
reaction-
that.
No! Feyre's reaction is not just visceral and raw. Like, she just lost her mate.
Well, and this another ugly cry. I swear to God, this book made me ugly cry so many times it was not even funny.
It was a hard scene to watch. It was or listen to. It was a very hard scene to listen to. I mean, his death is sudden and it's shockingly unglamorous for such a major character. And do you think that was a deliberate choice? And do you think it worked with the way Sarah J. Maas did it?
I think so. I think she did it just because kind of that shock value, but it's also I think it was her way to pull all the characters back in together. And I could be wrong. It's kind of sometimes those MacGuffins that you have in stories.
Yeah.
I think this was her MacGuffin.
Yeah.
She didn't she wanted everybody to come back together. She wanted life to keep going. This had to happen, and that was the only way to take away Hybern. And then she pulled this aspect of Rhys dying, and then all of the High Lords, after Feyre's screaming out and just like sorrow, help him, help him, help him. And for Tamlin, we're gonna give him a 3. Bing, boop. He's got
Tamlin.
3.
I mean, so okay, Feyre, she calls in the High Lords, and she's like, "You guys owe me. He's dead. You got to do what you did for me.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do what you did for me." And they try to explain to her like it's not that simple. It's not.
Yeah, it doesn't just work like that for anybody that needs it.
Like you have to And she basically is like, he just sacrificed himself for you. Like you have to do this for him.
Mm-hmm.
And so slowly they all kind of step forward, and everybody but Baron. Baron's sitting there and he's like, "No, I won't do it." Moore puts a knife to his throat and is like, "You
put your
give
fucking
him
shit in there.
your piece, or I will put your piece for you." And he begrudgingly gives him a piece of his soul. And then Feyre, who's never done it before, kind of has to work at it for a moment, but she's the last. She gives him a piece of her and basically wills him back to life in that moment. The important thing, I think, when Tamlin comes up and gives him his piece, he looks at her and he says, "Be happy, Feyre." And a little bit more towards a redemption for him, if there could be one. So Rhys comes back after Feyre drops her piece into him and kind of wills him back to life. And he brings Amren with him. But instead of being that weird, all-powerful being that she was trapped in human form, she is now High Fae. And she might have a special power or two left, but she's kind of keeping that close to her heart. She's not really in true Amren form. She's not really... Either she's not sure, she's not revealing. I think she's just not revealing.
I think she's unsure what to do at this point with this body she's in. Like the next one with the Frost and Starlight, her talking about having to deal with a human body or a physical body is driving her nuts.
Yeah, like actually having to eat.
Or go pee.
Or pee and poop. Like that's really inconvenient for her. Which you can't help it not. It makes you wonder, like, so you didn't have to pee or poop when you were in human form?
Yeah. That was
that was it just the world's best glamour then? I'm so confused.
Yeah, I know.
They have a meeting in the aftermath because, of course, now you've got this cauldron. This cauldron is super important. One of the things they decide to do with the cauldron is hide it.
Yeah.
During the war, Draken and Miriam showed up. Super apologetic about how intense their embellishments were. They were just trying to hide from Jurian. They had it out with Jurian on the battlefield. All of them made it out alive, and they seem to have really been able to put a pin in what was a long-standing love triangle, I guess.
Right.
And kind of put a pin in that. No final decisions are made other than the fact that the cauldron needs to be put somewhere safe. Feyre asks Miriam and Draken to take it with them to their very, very hidden island of Cretea, because that is probably the safest place for it, and they all agree.
Right.
So with the cauldron safely stored away at Cretea, they're able to kind of start having talks about what the rest of things should be. The big decision is, do they need to bring the wall back up or not?
Right.
Some are for it. Some are against it. Some think it's time for us to move on and really start to build alliances with humans. Others say, I think it kept us safe for this long. I don't know why we don't need to put it back up. That makes them feel secure. It makes us feel secure. Both sides have points. Neither is right, neither is wrong.
Right.
But it wasn't going to be done in a day, and they know that. And more talks are just going to have to be had. And Feyre and Rhys look to the future. They make a promise between the two of them. Feyre's a little mad at him. She's like, "You did not tell me your power was out
Right.
when we did that. You cannot do that to me again." And so he agrees, and they make a deal to die together at the same exact time.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, a new tattoo is formed between the two of them, making it an official night court bond. So moving forward, if one of them dies, the other dies also. There's no coming back for either of them.
Let's keep that in mind once we dissect book 5, guys.
We're going to, put a giant fucking baby pin in that one.
Alana, please start book 5 so you can be be ready for us. Okay.
She's killing me.
Jules is finished Crescent City almost, book 2. So she can finish that.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Concern about Nesta is made, guys. Nesta is not grieving her father well. They had a little private ceremony for him. Elain and Feyre seem to be moving on and doing well, but they recognize Nesta's not. And they even say, like, we have to help her.
Right.
We can't do it today, but something needs to be done. Like, we are worried. And Elain seems to be healing and coming into her own. We kind of see Nesta regressing heavily and Elain starting to really embrace Fae life.
Well, I think,
and let go of the human life.
I think the Papa Arch run for Elain was a closure to where it wasn't for Nesta, and she's having to deal with that. So you're seeing two sisters deal with the death of a father in 2 different ways, as well as being turned into Fae.
Oh, this is just an ending that's really wearing an ending's clothes because it's in a beginning. It's not, there's so much more to come. It's, it doesn't tie everything up neatly, which is good because life isn't neat.
No.
In a bow like that. And it leaves the door open for, the other shit that's about to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
With Silver Flame and I'm guessing what 6 and 7 can bring. It's a lot. So I'm excited to see it. Okay, real talk. What if your morning coffee actually did something for you beyond just keeping you alive?
That's exactly why we're obsessed with Javi Coffee. They make protein coffee, so you're hitting the protein goals before you've even put on real pants.
If you're an iced coffee girly, grab their protein coffees. Hot coffee, more your thing? Their protein creamer drops right in, and the flavor's absolutely delicious.
The link is right below this episode. Click it and use our code for 15% off your first order. Go get your protein, babes. Just click the link below.
Just do the link. Let's go into our hot pickle cold take. Topic 1. Does bringing Rhys back undercut the emotional weight of his death, or does the way it happens make it earned?
See, I still feel like his death was kind of a MacGuffin of how to tie it in a bow and wrap up the story. I know that's bad to say because people get really pissed off when there's MacGuffins in stories, but I didn't mind it.
It could have been. I mean, if she didn't feel a way to add on to it, it would have been. Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I totally see what you mean. I think it was narratively earned. I think the point of it was to really seal the divide between him and the other high courts from all the years of being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of makes them even in a way now. Like they gave him some after everything he did, they're even kind of thing. Like
I had this conversation with my cousin prior, months ago, where we talked about neither one of us are a huge fan of death and rebirth, basically, in a story.
It happens a few times.
It happens a lot in a lot of romantic stories. That is a big trope. Sometimes it's like this. In this case, I'm fine with it. But then there's some stories that you're like, oh my God, that wasn't needed.
All right. Yeah. So, no, I can see that.
I don't know. I'm on the fence of if I really like that trope or not. I'm not a huge fan of it.
Fair. I get that. Could the war have been won without the High Lords uniting, or was that always the only path?
I don't think it would have been won without the High Lords uniting. If they had all gone against it, it would have been no,
there was no way.
World war.
There was no way they were going to be able to win separated. There was only one way to win that war, and that was together. And I think Tamlin could see it. Baron was, I think, the only one who.
Baron can't see past his nose.
Yeah, yeah. And the last topic, the book leaves Nesta, Elain, and Lucian deliberately unresolved. Is that good storytelling or just frustrating cliffhanger?
Oh, I think it's good storytelling because it makes you ready for the next ones to see what happens. That's the same-
100%.
I mean,
100%.
Elain
I
and
gotta get
Lucian-
enough. I can't. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And once that kiss happens for Elain with whoever it happens with, it's going to be so worth the wait.
Well, the Cassian and Nesta kiss alone made you
Yeah.
waiting for more. And then you go to book
Yeah.
4 and it's not resolved. And you go to book 5 and it like you're like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
you get to book 4 and you're like, so how hot and heavy are they? And you find out like complete opposite. It's gotten
Right.
so cold, it's like ice. And you're like, oh shit, what happened? So yeah, for sure. I agree. I can't wait to see what she does with all 3 of these characters. They're all so unresolved. And I'm excited to see what she does with them.
I am too. I can't wait.
Not so much Nesta, but Elain and Lucian. So.
Yes.
All right, Brian Babes, we want to hear from you. Did you see Rhys's death coming or did it completely blindside you?
Which character did you underestimate going into this half that completely surprised you by the end?
How did you feel about Lucian and Elain as the potential pairing after everything in these chapters?
And which relationship in this half, romantic or otherwise, hit you the hardest emotionally?
DM us, comment, send us your hot takes at Pickle Party Pod.
And next week, we'll be talking about Fairies fucking,
Fairies fucking,
vampires too.
vampires too.
Sometimes there's a dragon there and they're all in the news.
You're in the news. That's
Yes.
right. We're sitting down and talking to some of our favorite funny people, Grief Cats, Louisa and Annie.
I can't
We
wait.
are
I'm
so excited about this. And we're so excited to dive into all the funny, good stuff with them. It's our first interview. We can't believe they agreed to do it with us. And we are just, y'all, we're beyond excited. We can't wait to meet them and talk to them and have all the fun laughs, especially after their I Need an Excel Man video. Do you know how much Ed
I need a
loved
freak in the
that?
spreadsheets.
I need a freak in the spreadsheets. Do you know how proud my accountant husband is of his spreadsheets, Leslie? I played
can
that for
only
him
imagine.
and he was like, yeah, like he felt it on a new level. And I need to know which one of them is sleeping with and or married to an accountant because that's the only way.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. So you guys
I can't
hang
wait.
on.
I love it.
Hang on to your butts. Hold on to your butts. Because it's coming.
Hang on to them tits. It's going to be amazing.
Hold a tit and a cheek. Get ready.
Get ready.
Because you might need to hold a tit and a cheek because your bra's already off and you're not leaving the house.
No. I already took off my bra.
So until next time, stay brined, babes.
And remember, it takes every court, every ally, and every impossible choice to build something worth fighting for. So choose your people wisely.